Day 143 and came back from work completely exhausted, and I'm so thankful for Carnivore because I just went to the shop, bought a steak, bought some ground beef, got home, took me 2 minutes to make my iron pan, just put the fat on the side on the rump steak just to make it crispy, turned it a couple of minutes so it's raw inside, and my steak was done. Then in the tallow that was left, I just put in the ground beef and made it crunchy. It looked like rice. Then I served this next to the steak with 2 slices of bacon, a little bit of goat cheese, and that's it. And it was delicious. It was so good. And yeah, so my mom and my son ate. It took me exactly maybe 2 minutes to clean up and make my iron pan shiny again. Put a little bit of tallow on it so it wouldn't be, get bad. And that's basically it. So even if I was like completely exhausted, I still, on Carnivore, you can manage to have a nice life, which is really minimal and easygoing, and that's something I'm really pleased, because my stress level today was through the roof, and I'm just so I managed to make about 12 doctor's appointments, so it's gonna be rough the next couple of weeks, also with work and going to the doctor's appointment and a kid out of school, so it's gonna be a little bit of ups and downs. But we're gonna manage that, because I even received the MRI on Monday for the breast part, on next Friday, and a whole MRI for the whole body. It's in Slovenia. It's like the best they have MRIs from the pictures. It costs over 1,000 euros, but then they hopefully will just figure out what shit's going on. And then it takes about 2 weeks, so they will give you you go through results with the doctors there, and if something is wrong, or you see something is not really how it's supposed to be, then you get deeper into it. Then you will have an MRI with contrast, if you say that in English. That's the thing they put in, so you will see a little bit more of contrasts also on the things that you need. And then on Monday, not this Monday, next Monday, I have it's not a coloscopy, it's like everything. It costs also 910 euros. So you see, I'm spending a lot of money on that. They're gonna put a camera from here and from the behind. So they're gonna look into my whole gut, stomach things, and just see if there's something wrong. So that's not gonna be pleasant. I have to stay in a hotel for 3 days with my mom. I'm gonna have just an apartment I booked. So, and there is a laboratory for the blood work. That's also about 170 euro, and they do just the basics, but we will see what I need and what I already have, and I will just make an appointment, so they will go a little bit through and tell me what's wrong. And then I have, that's paid in Austria, it's paid because I do have some issues, so that's why they pay it. Insurance, it's from my Hashimoto, they test the thyroids. Then they gonna do ultrasound from all the area as well. They're gonna do some blood work for the Hashimoto and for the MS as well, and yeah, and my iron, they also will check that, what's wrong with it. So yeah, I do have a lot of doctor's appointment in the next 2 months basically, so that's gonna be fun. And then I appointment also in 3 weeks again, just to check what's wrong. I also have to check why my eyes are constantly red, really tired, and yeah, today I had a lot of pain still, so I'm still managing to go with it. I ate at about 5 the meat, and I had some butter because I had to function at work. I slept 3 hours, then I was okay. So the energy levels on Carnivore are really, even when you're very tired, if you don't go to sleep, back to sleep, and really immediately wake up, you feel tired, but after a couple of minutes, it's like I'm very energized. So that one is going good. I did have then 2 caffeine pills over the day because it was just then my energy really dropped. But today was really not normal at work, so there was just too much stuff at the same time, and I just had to function. So that's basically what's going on, and I hope that soon I will have some answers what's going on, and I feel comfortable to have that, to be honest. And I'm very comfortable about spending money on that because I just want answers, and I want to know what's with the left side pain, because it's really hurtful. I will see if really only possibility that stays after all these tests is an MS seizure episode. Then I have to go to my MS appointment. So, but until then, I'm gonna search and try to find if it's can be caused by something else, and just have other opinions. And my the woman doctor, she took 1.5 hours, and she gave me an appointment at 6:30 in the morning, and she talked 1.5 hours. So she basically explained me everything. She was showing me pictures and explaining everything, how something works. It was interesting, but now I can make my PhD for that, because she's so detail oriented and wants to explain everything, which is a good thing. She also mentioned, by the way, that I had the C-section with my son because they messed up. Then I was bleeding from the inside. I was clinically dead. They had to me, and then I woke up, and I was bleeding from the inside. So she said that it can be that also from the stomach part and where the baby was, that it's from the inside. It's because of the blood, it's just it's like together. I can't explain it. And when your stomach is growing or getting smaller, that these movements also can hurt. But it's impossible to see that. You just can see it when somebody opens you up and cuts you open, like these things. But most of the time it doesn't really necessary. You can't really do anything about it, because if you make it clean and open and do that, it still can then happen because of the surgery that it happened again. So that one doesn't really make a thing. She also said to make the removal surgery for the implants, and these kind of things will be very dangerous also because of the MS, because if I'm really having now, if it's really from the MS, it will just backfire hardcore, and I could end up in a wheelchair again. So that's not what we're gonna do. But the good news, my mom, who has osteoporosis and arthritis, she was at the doctor's, and the doctor told her she can stop her medication because she's fine. And my mom is carnivore at the same time with me. She has more carbs and a little bit cheat thingies because she's a teacher, so of course it's a little bit more tough with the food and the kids. But she actually was very, very good and ate a lot of meat. So I do think that's also because of that. The doctor said he was just giving her too much medication, but I don't think that. It's just a strange coincidence with these kind of things, so that's a good thing. And yeah, that's basically that. I have to say I'm extremely tired. I'm really exhausted. The day was just a lot, but I'm still happy. I do have the feeling that everything is starting to click together. I'm happy that I work enough also to can use the stuff that I'm doing for good, to find out what's wrong with me. It's also a good thing. And I don't, this kind of expenses, these are the only thing that I actually spend money on, and meat and sometimes holidays, but that's basically that. And I'm not really picky about it. So I don't really have any kind of expenses. I don't buy really expensive stuff. This dress costs $8. So yeah, I'm a little bit more. And oh, by the way, a lot of expenses are on Carnivore so little, just like makeup and cosmetics, because I basically most of the time don't use anything, because the tallow part and the collagen part is going good, because my skin was extremely bad. Now it's really okay, in the okay world. And yeah, these kind of things I have to say. I don't really spend that much on anything anymore. So yeah, so I have to stop talking because I'm just too tired. I just gotta do my physiotherapy training, because I didn't do it in the morning. And I will watch something stupid on the TV. Then I will read my book about Greek goddesses. And then I will go to sleep and chill my life. And really have a beautiful tomorrow. We're gonna go to a steakhouse with my colleague and my son, and I'm just gonna sleep. I'm missing sleep and just chilling. And I will have some nice water with lemon, sparkling water with lemon. That's what I'm in a mood for. So yeah, great. Let me know how you feel. See you tomorrow as always, and I'm happy to keep you updated on them, all my lab tests and all things that are happening. And probably I also will do another DEXA scan, because I did one when I started Carnivore, so that's also going to be interesting because it's much cheaper. It's almost a half in Slovenia, so I will try maybe to do another one, so they will discuss also what's happening, and it will be also very interesting to see. So we're gonna have a lot of data, and that's a good part, because then we see Carnivore, I'm like a living little lab rat with a lot of expenses on medical stuff. So there you will have black and white information also about the heart and everything else. So we will have that. So at some point when I'm doing then another checkup, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, in that amount, in that big of amount, we can compare. And that's going to be very interesting, because how many people can say that they can compare a whole body MRI with heart, with Hashimoto, with MS, with all the doctors and all the specialists and all the little cool machines that they are using to check you out. So that's what we're gonna do. So now I'm done. I go to sleep. I go to train. See you tomorrow.